What is going on, Seal fans? We are going to be watching our Freljord finals match between Golem Gaming versus the Dandelion Knights. It's going to be a fun one here. Definitely Golem Gaming being the higher seed of the two, so they'll have priority side choice on every even match, and then Dandelion Knights will have their choice on every odd match here. It should be a best of three matchup. With that being said, though, let's jump into their picks and bans. So for the side of Golem Gaming, they have chosen blue side. They first pick Nocturne, very good pick and really high contested in the meta currently, just because he can be wavered around either top side where he's a top tier pick, or even in the jungle where he's also a high contest pick. He's just really overpowered in the sense of like how he utilizes his ulti with the new Stride Breaker changes. It doesn't really give him that movement, but it does give him the slow and has a lot of damage behind it. In response to this, the Dandelion Knights chose the Wukong and Braum like this, and it's definitely a comfort pick for the TDK's jungler. So I'm expecting to see the Wukong also going jungle, but it can be a flex as well. So he can go top, and it would be a pretty good matchup as into a Nocturne top, in my opinion. And Braum, just because getting your support in the first round doesn't really give too much away for what you want to do as a team. Golem Gaming responding this with Brand and Hecarim. So now that we know that Hecarim's there, Hecarim isn't usually a top laner at all, and he doesn't really just uses too much mana. He can't really be used top lane. So he's going to be going into the jungle, leaving Nocturne topside. And Brand obviously going, he can be, he's usually support, but he can actually go mid. So it's another great flex pick from Golem Gaming and what they want to do with their team comp here. Rounding off the first round rotation, we got the Caitlyn pick, just showing the ADC here. I like Caitlyn. She's a great overall pick in the bot lane. Can utilize herself and utilize her kit really well into any matchup, and so I think that's a really good pick as well. Second round rotation, we have the Cho'Gath coming out, so showing up our top laner. Now that we know that Nocturne will be top, Cho'Gath is a good pick and a great tank that can overall be a great thing for his team. The problem being that Nocturne can definitely have more roam potential, but if Cho'Gath starts getting ahead and knocks down this Nocturne really fast, especially in that level 6 trade, hopefully he can start snowballing this for his team. Then in response to that, we have the Golem Gaming choosing Senna and Malphite. So Malphite, this something also I might as just well have forgotten as well. Nocturne could go mid. These are three-way flex, and so we could have a Malphite topside against a Cho'Gath, which is the honestly, like both tanks are just really good, and Malphite's really good at getting in those engages. So Caitlyn, he's basically picked there as a you're not playing this game and negating one player from the Dandelion Knights, with the Senna having the ultimate scaling and really good pick there. Might be paired off with a Brand support, which could be well, and it's a really heavy poke lane, and it can help her clear into those early stages and getting a lot of souls in those early fights as well. And then as a counter pick priority, we got Echo. I think it's definitely a comfort pick here. Definitely something they can utilize and something they can work around. But with that being said, let's jump into game and see how both these teams are going to be playing this one out. All right, jumping up onto the Rift here, and we might have some bot lane shenanigans, and they are going to be coming down They are going to hopefully get this brand. There might be a couple flashes being blown here. And we're going to force the brand flash, which is really nice. Like to see that happen. So we're going to see probably a lot of bot side ganks. I'd like to even see TDK actually rotate to actually their red, and so they can path to bot lane to prioritize that early gank for them. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do. Hopefully they don't get caught out, because you can see Golem Gaming actually posturing as a counter invade in response to the brand flash. So they see them come up and they all disengage. All is well in the world. And Wukong actually going to the bot side of the map there. And they negate a lot of that as well. So even the roam, 3-man roam, negates the other 3-man roam. And it's going to be better off in that sense. Now, the matchups are going to be Nocturne versus Cho'Gath. I was talking about this before. If Nocturne gets some early kills in the first stages here, it's going to definitely be Nocturne favored, as he can roam and do a lot of stuff that way. But if Cho'Gath gets any form of a lead, it can really shut down what Nocturne does for him, and it really shuts down the roam potential. But we're going to see a heavy, hyper-aggressive Nocturne there, chipping down Mystic Waves, Cho'Gath, and so it's going to be something to watch throughout this match, for sure. In the mid lane, we have Malphite versus Echo. I don't really like this matchup for Malphite. Usually you want to do it on AD assassins, such like Yasuo or like Talon or stuff like that. But against Echo, it's going to be a little bit rough. He can really be poked down, and like Echo's really good for wave clear with just his Q. And so Malphite's going to be using a lot of mana and really being pushed back into his turf for most of this matchup. So it looks like Nocturne might be going for an all-in. We get a Wukong gank bot side, and they do a lot of great chip damage there. Nocturne basically throwing Cho'Gath out of the lane. Not getting the kill, but leaving him a tough spot, so he has to go back and probably TP back into lane. Now, flash forward from Caitlyn. She is going to be going in. She's going to try and see if she can grab a stun off or something there, but I don't think it was the proper communication with the Braum. They weren't able to really utilize that flash forward. Now, we do have Hecarim in the river. It might even be a bot side gank immediately after that as well, just because of how far Caitlyn and Braum are being pushed up. But we're going to be bringing it to the mid lane. Echo getting the first blood in a great skirmish between him and Malphite. But Hecarim is around the corner. He might be able to pick this one up. Does Echo get the shield? He does. Does he get the E? He does. And Echo's out of there. Ystariel's Echo is now kill ahead and was able to escape with the good timing of his W with his E as well. He does blow both summoners, but it's worth the gold and the first blood as well, going over to TDK. So Hecarim in the bot side. See what he does here. He is positioned pretty well, gets stunned with the Caitlyn trap, and then Braum going to be pushed up and actually is going to risk his life trying to save him. Is he going to be taken out? No, he's going to escape as well. Really great performance. And they are not going to be able to grab anything with this first gank or first kill. So TDK really showing a great skill in their micro plays, and they're able to stay safe in all of these lanes, and they're going to start preparing for the scaling. Exactly what you want to see, especially from your Cho'Gath. And Echo. Echo and Caitlyn are really good even late game as well, so it's definitely going to be one of their win cons and something that they drafted this champion and team pool around. Braum's going to be looking for something here. Does land the Q, but is immediately going to be chunked down by the Senna and by the Brand. Nocturne's running really low. I'm not sure what he's going to do there. Echo doing a good trade, trying to see if he can really pick off some more HP from this Hecarim. But nothing's going to come from that gank. Really unfortunate for Hecarim. Most of this game has been him trying to get some plays, but just unable to really secure it down. Cho'Gath positioning in the bot side, probably getting some deep wards in and just kind of scouting out their jungle. If Yastariel stays, especially if Malphite gets level 6 first, oh, thankfully he got 6 first. If Malphite got 6 first, he should be able to kill, and oh, he forgot to press R. That is tragic. That's something that you might have been able to win the trade if you pressed R fast enough, but then Malphite turns level 6 soon after, and he should be ulting you, so losing that trade 1v1 between the Malphite and yourself is a little bit unfortunate, but you are going to be getting your Ignite soon, so maybe you might be able to use that and might be able to pick something off there. Now in the bot lane, a lot of skirmishes, but not a lot of deaths. Caitlyn actually, with her Cull, is doing a great job of just farming up, and she's keeping on pace with the fasting Senna, with the Brand having the 44 CS, and Caitlyn having the 46 CS. And so she just keeps farming it up, and she's going to really be reaping the rewards of all of this extra gold in her pocket once she gets to go back and get a couple items. Actually, how much gold is she currently above? She's actually ahead in this, like, the gold department. Just not by much, but, like, at least a couple hundred gold. So it's going to let her hit those power spikes early, as she kind of has an awkward mid-phase, mid-game, at least. So First Dragon is going to be infernal. I'd like to see something happen, but we do see the Nocturne gank. He's going to be going in, trying to get that fear. Here comes a Malphite. Are they going to be able to get something off of this? No, it doesn't look like it will happen there. That Nocturne ulti, just because it's global, affects everywhere on the map. Even though he's not bot side, he can definitely use it into a... a gank happening in the mid lane, but tons of damage coming out from the Echo on the Hecarim. He is going to blow him away. He's going to have to back out after he used ulti, but has a nice trade. So in a 2v1 scenario, Echo coming out on top is going to be really helpful for him. And it looks like bot lane is going to be looking for something to do an early heal. And now they're going to be in a little bit of a predicament. Not really going to be able to get much here, but they are behind the turret. They're going to try and pick someone off. Tons of damage coming out, and we do see the kill onto Caitlyn. Are they going to be able to get the Brand? But Hecarim's going to have something to do with that. AC is going to be down there as well. We're going to see a 1v1 in the top side, where we're going to see Nocturne actually kill the Cho'Gath. This was after 6 as well, so that's going to be really important to realize, as Cho'Gath was ahead in CS, ahead in gold, but was unable to really secure and get the kill. Surprised that Caitlyn and Braum were able to live from that, but just reading chat. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, Hecarim is definitely trying to make a lot of plays, but unable to really secure anything for his team, which is really unfortunate. You want to see a little bit more coming out from him. Hopefully he can get some more camps, get himself back into this game, but he's fallen behind in the CS department compared to Wukong. But that also being said, Wukong has a major priority on top of this Hecarim, has been farming it up. Now he's level 6, and he's probably going to be looking for either something bot lane or something in the mid lane, just to kind of grab a pick so he can go and take a free dragon. Now it looks like they're going to be looking for a trade in the bot lane. Brand doing a lot of damage. Hecarim just around the corner using ulti. Does fear them underneath the tower, but is unable to really finish them off. Senna ulti going down, shut down, going on to Brand, getting a double kill. Hecarim going to be finding a Nocturne, going to see if he can grab something here. Here comes the ulti going down. He might actually be able to kill this in a 1v1 scenario, and he does. He's going to have his cake and eat it too, as he's going to grab up that Shelly. But in response to that, we're going to see Golem Gaming grabbing up the first dragon of this game. really unfortunate bot lane. They were trying to look for a trade, but they just got out damaged. The DPS check did not work for them, and they got punished for it. Brand doing so much damage, and it's going to slowly start to scale even further, and it's going to be such a menace into the later stages of this match. Now, I really want to see Wukong. He is currently counter jungling right now, but I really want to see him doing a couple more ganks and really utilizing that lead that he has currently. He does have the Shelly, so he should be able to get some gold for his team beforehand. Here comes the Echo. Immediate reaction time from Mysterio is going to get the ulti back away from the Malphite ulti and is going to save his life as he picks off the 1v1 kill. Those are fast hands, my friend. Wow. So grabbing some gold for Wukong. Echo not being able to stay as the ping coming up from top side saying that Nocturne was missing. So good call by him from backing off, not greeting for the turret plates. It would have been nice to give him the turret plates, but at the same time, it's not worth risking your life. So now let's see the gold advantage for the Wukong's actually going to be a significant amount, almost a 1k gold lead. The Hecarim needs to start farming up, like hyper farming insane amount and trying to get these ganks that he's been trying to pull off for such a long time to start working for him in order to catch this Wukong. But in the response to that, Wukong really has to start showing himself in the map there and trying to really make something happen, as he's just unable to really find the pressure that he needs. But while I'm talking about that, we're going to see a gank in the bot lane and Brand taking one kill, Malphite taking another, I believe, and Echo going to be coming in response. Here comes Hecarim. Hecarim coming in with that ulti is going to knock him down to the side. Echo does have ulti in response to this, but now he's in an awkward, even more awkward spot. He does grab a kill onto Brand, but Hecarim going to be picking up that shutdown onto him, and I think that's what he needed to really catch up with this Wukong. Yeah, I don't know if... I think Echo going in to get those kills is nice, but if you don't get more than 2, giving up that shutdown is really unfortunate and can really hinder your team as well. Another dragon coming up in around 2 minutes, so let's see what happens there. Might see some more picks, might see some more fights just beforehand, but definitely gonna have to watch these junglers, and now especially more than ever to watch this Nocturne. He's almost hitting a level 11 shortly, so he should be able to have a couple more ultis, a little bit more damage, and find a couple kills for his team. Now, Brand doing a lot of damage in the bot wave there, just like kind of chipping down the Caitlyn and the Braum, taking about 25% of their HP with just a simple combo. That's worrisome, you know? That is worrisome. I want to see what he's going to do in team fights if he can just do that casually bot lane. Everything's kind of looking like a stalemate now. Looks like everyone's just in the play safe mode until Dragon. Nocturne ulti going down. Might be looking for something bot wave. He does connect onto the Caitlyn, doing a ton of damage. Braum ulti going out. The Senna ulti going out as well. Going to go in and get that flash to get that Caitlyn. So that is a great pick if you're on the side of Golem Gaming, as they are now going to be able to have the numbers advantage for this team fight, and they're going to be looking for more. Here comes the Malphite ulti into the Hecarim ulti, the Fear into the double knockup, and then we're going to possibly see a kill onto Braum. The Ignite goes down. Nocturne looking for a little bit more. Only grabs the Braum, is going to be going back, but then we have Echo in the backline trying to get the Caitlyn and the Brand, but it's not going to happen. Here comes the death of the Echo, and they're going to be looking for more. Wukong grabbing the kill onto the Nocturne, but unfortunately, that's not their jungler this time around, and a ton of damage going down onto the Wukong is going to force him out of this fight, and a huge win for Golem Gaming. You still have Cho'Gath, but he's gonna have to. Ooh, not enough damage to kill Brand, and your ulti did not connect to really get that last couple kills. And oh, salt in the wound as Senna grabs a kill onto Caitlyn. Gold's still relatively even, still anyone's game, but the two dragons going down in favor of Golem Gaming is going to be really unfortunate for the Dandelion Knights, and they're going to have to start focusing up on these dragons. The sad reality of it all is that it's Cloud Soul, so you're not really getting any combat stats, so you're not going to get any help in team fights here. So you're going to have to look for picks and really have to play with your ultis and really move around the map as best you can and start playing in a fashion that is beneficial for that. So the Shelly is there. I don't think it's worth getting right now. There's always been the debate of grabbing Shelly, second Shelly. Even though you're not getting turret plates, is it going to be worth the time investment? Are you going to be able to get your value worth of gold back there? It's only about a couple gold. Is it worth the time investment to really grab a turret with it? It's hard to say. If you utilize it properly, it's great, but if you don't really do anything with it, it's just a waste of time, and you can get more experience and more gold by just laning and farming up another full round of camps as a jungler. Now, I want to see the gold difference here. We're going to be looking at the map. So top wave is going to be a little bit in favor of Cho'Gath, just because I believe the CS numbers. Jungle, we're going to see an advantage for Wukong. Did grab a couple kills on the last team fight there. But it looks like there's going to be a fight, actually. Let's just quickly see what's going to go down here. Here comes the ulti from the Nocturne, doing tons of damage onto the Caitlyn, getting caught out in their jungle. A little bit too cocky to be walking into Golem Gaming's jungle like they are here. They were looking for a pick, but Wukong and Cho'Gath did not want any part of that, as they just leave their bot lane to perish. How does that affect the gold? Yeah, well, I mean, Echo's ahead. That is partially due to a little bit of a CS advantage and kill advantage for him. Bot lane is about even, a little bit in favor of the Brand Senna, which is scary because they scale so well into the later stages of this game, comparably to Caitlyn and Braum. Ah, jeez. Gold lead, basically even. Kills and dragons going in the side of Golem Gaming. They definitely feel more in charge this game, and they really like their macro plays have been phenomenal, and their teamwork has been great as well. And so it feels to me like, even though the gold's even, it looks like they're really in charge of this game. And if they can keep up that effort and that same speed that they have now, it could lead them into a victory here. Let's see what TDK does in response to this. They are in their blue side jungle. The Braum is there. Echo showing at their tier 2 turrets, so they might just collapse in onto that. Let's see what they do here. You do see the Nocturne positioning. Here comes the Nocturne ulti going down onto the Echo. Is going to dodge the Q from the Cho'Gath with the spell shield, but a massive ulti from the Malphite, getting a four-man knock up there. Is going to be picking up onto this Caitlyn. A lot of damage comes out from her. Here comes the Echo, going to be grabbing a lot of damage. Cho'Gath finishing off the Hecarim, getting that with the chonky stacks with the Noms, and they are going to be slowly but surely taking him down as well. Wukong going in. I'm not sure if this is a good call, but he might be able to pick something off here. He does get the shutdown onto Brand. The Braum's doing what he can, but he's going to fall as well. Wukong getting yet another shutdown. Double kill going over to him, but all of the kills in favor of Golem Gaming here. Wukong picking up a lot of shutdown gold, and should be having a really fancy back when he gets back there, and really going to be seeing what he buys there is going to be very interesting as well. He's currently just got the Gore Drinker for sustain. He's got a Tiamat, which means he might be in a side lane. Caitlyn going to be seeing if she does enough damage. She does get the shutdown onto Senna. She has overstayed and has fallen because of it. Now, Malphite is in a little bit of an awkward spot. One might say a little bit of a pickle. But he's going to have to get out of there as he presses Q and then walks away at Mach 20 speeds. Because Malphite just does that as he steals your movement speed. It's quite funny. Especially if someone's ghosting at you and you press Q at you and then you're running faster than Ghost. Now let's see what they do here. They do have the Cho'Gath, so they might be able to fight this one out. And they should be able to pick off this dragon. But if Golem Gamings are able to get into this fight, they might be able to do something there. Cho'Gath does eat the dragon. Golem Gaming not going to respond to this. They're just going to respond to the Shelly. Make sure it doesn't really do much. And that's the problem with the Shelly, second Shelly there. You see here where it just didn't produce anything for your team. And you could have had a little bit more of a gold advantage and a little bit more experience and a little bit more money in your pockets if you just didn't go for it. I mean, to also think about this as well, on the flip side of that, you do have a Cho'Gath, so if Cho'Gath did eat it, I'm not sure who actually got it, but if Cho'Gath ate it and you got a stack from it, I guess it's fine, but you shouldn't be investing more than Cho'Gath and one other person. And Echo going to be going golden. Is possibly going to be punished because of this, is going to ulti back and hopefully get away here. Doesn't look like that's the case, as Nocturne's going to be able to pick off this kill. He does ulti, and he is going to be just looking for a good moment to go in. Finds that Braum, does take out the Braum. Nice Malphite ulti as he gets 3-man knocked up as well. Just a great performance by him. Wow. And triple kill going over in the side of Golem Gaming. Shutdown going over there, and Caitlyn's dead. Gets run over by a horse. The gold lead, the scaling, the damage, it's just working. The team comp's working. They're just slowly getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Now with almost a 3k gold lead as they pick up the tier 2 turret, they were trying to see if they could greed for the Nexus, the inhibitor turret, but it doesn't look like Nocturne wants any part of that, and Echo and Braum are up, so good call on them to play it safe and play it slow. I'm actually curious on Senna here. I want to know how many stacks she has. Where's Senna? Senna stacks. Currently at 82. Not bad. Actually, I want to... What's Cho'Gath stacks at? Let's see this. Where's Cho'Gath? This one Cho'Gath? Chat. Here's Cho'Gath. What's his stacks at? He's at 11. Could be he's gotten 6 minions, gotten 1 dragon, 2 epic monsters. So I think, yeah, he did devour both Shellys, which is nice, but he's devoured 2 champions. He's just going to be getting a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger, so... but he's got all of his minion stacks now, so he's probably going to be just looking in team fights, trying to be a perfect center for what he wants for his team there. But that's just it, right? Cho'Gath is the front line. He isn't much of the damage, but he does have to play a perfect center. He has to be such a big part of negating what they can do, but with a champion pool with Malphite and Hecarim, they just go into the back lines anyways. They're just going to be able to get back there and have no problem dealing with that. The only issue is Cho'Gath's going to need to defend from all of their major damage dealers before his backline falls. So if he plays fights perfectly, we could see some team fights going in favor of the Dandelion, for Golem Gaming, and then the Dandelion Knights actually coming out on top. But we're going to see a Baron take from Golem Gaming. See what happens with this. Nocturne does ulti. Not really using it, but just negating vision. That's something great about Nocturne. That's what we love to see. It's just the utility of his ulti does so much for his team. And negating vision is so good in this current meta. So they're at 47.3k. Let's see what they do with their Baron power play. Dragon going to be coming up in 30 seconds. Baron does give 30 AD and 30 AP for them, so if they're going to be looking for a team fight, they could do it now and be confident that they're going to win it. One thing to worry about is if the Cho'Gath and the Wukong are able to get inside the pit, then they should be able to steal the dragon with the ulti from Cho'Gath and then the smite from Wukong. Going to be going on to the Malphite there. Flash from Cho'Gath, going to be trying to catch them off in the pinch there. And they're going to be going on to the back line. The Malphite and the Nocturne are all there. The Caitlyn and the Braum have now fallen. The Cho'Gath just not able to protect his team, but he does get the shutdown onto the Brand, and now he's looking to see if he can do some more Senate just around the corner, and she's going to be picking that off with the Nocturne, with the Malphite. Are they going to be able to get the Echo? I think they're just going to ignore him and go for that Dragon. They have full control of this game now. Before it was questionable, now it's an absolute fact. But Echo going to be going in, taking the kill onto his Senna. Is he going to be able to steal this? He can try, and now he's in an awkward spot, so he's going to ulti away here. Nocturne ulti going down, does connect onto the Echo here. He's going to be speared, and he does go golden, but at what cost is that? Is he going to be able to escape? No, sir, as he does fall. So, Golem Gaming, Soul Point, got more ultis, got more Cloud Souls, and which is great for almost every single member of their team. They all love to use their ultis. And if you give them more speed when they get Soul, better to them, you know? I was talking about how Hecarim and Malphite just get to go into the back lines and kind of like mess up the team, but I completely forgot there was also a Nocturne, so like they can also send in a damage dealer to defeat their backline. So even though if Cho'Gath plays a perfect center, there's no way he's going to be able to stop all of the damage dealers from slipping through the cracks just because of how their team comp works from Golem Gaming. So Baron is now off. They have about a 5k theft from the Baron there. And they're going to be going in. Here comes a Nocturne ulti going down as well. Here comes a Malphite going to be getting on to the Senna. But she's, the Caitlyn, she is going to be able to kill the Wukong. But they are not going to be able to stop that from happening as they are going to continue the onslaught. Caitlyn does fall. The Braum is going to be falling shortly after. Actually, no. Good performance from the Cho'Gath. Braum, get out of there. Braum, don't stay. I swear, Braum, if you die because you stayed... Oh, no. Oh, this is tragic. Malphite, no. Malphite doesn't care about turrets. He's just gonna walk at you. Oh, no. Pain. Pure pain. That's fine. You know what? I mean, you definitely should have escaped there. That's something you should be aware of from the Hecarim and from the Malphite. I know you want to save your friends, but you're at 1% HP. It's not going to be... You can't have anime powers. I'm sorry. So, we're going to see a slow growth into a future... Like, they're just... not really a snowball effect, but they are winning every single team fight. They are winning every single objective now. And TDK, you got to have a miracle here. You got to really play your hearts out and really perform your best here as you're in a bit of a rough spot. So Baron going to be coming up in 1 minute. Golem Gaming in the driver's seat, ready to play, ready to go. They might be just waiting to bait it out. You know, if they utilize their time effectively, they could get a little bit more gold, really get into their jungle here and really bait everything down and get some more vision. Speaking of vision, their vision score on the side of Golem Gaming has been on point this game, really dominating the scene with how much ward placements they've had, and it shows in the scoreline where they keep getting these great picks as well. The Wukong is going to be going into a spooky bush as two people come out and do about 25% of his HP there. So good chip damage that can come out from Golem Gaming, but they're still playing it slow, still playing it safe. They don't really want to take too many chances. And they're going in for another team fight here. Let's see what Malphite can do with his ulti. He has tons of great multiple people ultis in every team fight. Here comes the Senna. There goes the Nocturne. He's going to be going on to the Caitlyn. Big ulti from the Malphite. Going to get a 3-person knock-up over there. The Cho'Gath and the Echo are now in a bad spot. And then the Hecarim actually trying to do a 2v1. Not enough damage to come out on top, but now it's a 3v2. Are they going to be able to escape there? I believe they will be, but I think with the minions, they should be able to push this one in. But it looks like they're going to be backing off, going to be looking for the dragon to get that soul, and then soon they will be able to get that elder as well. So, soul is here. Is anyone going to be able to stop it? They do have Wukong, they do have Cho'Gath, so if they can come fast enough, then maybe. But I don't think they have enough speed comparatively to enough damage that Golem Gaming is producing. Now, if I was TDK right now, I might be rushing the Baron, but also it's like that's like a miracle if you get it because of how fast they can respond and go back to base and now come back to the Baron. They are still just trying to produce as much presence on this map as well. They do have a ward on Braum. So Braum needs to start moving to this Baron. He was taking a pink ward out from his blue side jungle, but still need to be cautious. As if you don't have all 5 members, Golem Gaming's just going to take the Baron for free. I love how, like, kind of, like, slow Golem Gaming's playing this one out. They're really just, like, showing their skills. And then 2-man ulti coming up from the Malphite. The Caitlyn does fall. Here comes the all-in. The Cho'Gath is going to be going up as well. A nice Cho'Gath Q is going down. Going to be knocking up around 3 players, but it's not going to be enough. The damage, the DPS just isn't there. The Wukong doing as much as they can onto the Senna. Cho'Gath is going to be going on to the Hecarim, but the Hecarim is just sustaining. Triple kill on to the horse. Is it going to be a Quadra? I mean, it's going to be a slow one. You are trying to kill the sustained Wukong. The ace going down. Triple kill going over to Hecarim in that team fight. And now it looks like they're going to be going in to just grab up that first turret to open up their base. I don't think they can get the inhibitor, but they can definitely get the turret. So pick this one off. Caitlyn's coming back here. She's going to poke him down. But here comes a Malphite ulti going immediately in. The tank boys are here. And they're going to be trying to pick off that Caitlyn. And they get her. Sad life to be an ADC. Are they going to be able to get the inhibitor in response to that? I don't think so. They're running out of mana. They're in a little bit of a bad spot as they were greeting and having a little bit too much fun in the enemy base. Is Malphite going to be able to escape from this one? No, sir, Bob. He is down. Now this is your chance. Dandelion Knights, this is your chance. Go grab that Baron. You have the numbers advantage. You just took out 2 of their main front lines. Go do something with this. Either the posturing. All right. See what they do with this. Being pinched down. Echo going around the corner, just going to play it back and make sure that they can't do anything there. And they are DPSing down this Baron. Here they come. Here's Golem Gaming. Braum taking so much HP. Oh, no! Baram's going to slowly fall down to the Nocturne. The Cho'Gath is taking a lot of HP as well, but the Echo going to be picking off the Nocturne. Senna ulti going down. She is going to fall. Caitlyn ulti going out as well. Wukong picking that one off. And TDK get a team fight win. That is exactly what you need. Grab up that Baron, reap the rewards, and punish them for overextending there on TP coming in from Malphite. What are they going to do here? They are going to be putting down the Caitlyn trap. Here comes the Hecarim. He's going to be going around the corner, going to be going onto the Echo, but the Echo goes golden. Malphite's going to be ulting the Caitlyn. Caitlyn's in a lot of danger. Are they going to be able to protect her? Yes, they are. They are immediately going back into the backline, saving the Caitlyn, peeling her off, and she is safe. How long can you sell this out, Hecarim? Don't. I swear, if you let Hecarim steal this, I'm going to be upset. Hecarim's around the corner. Hecarim doing a ton of damage. Baron is slowly falling down. Echo's in so much danger. They do kill the Hecarim. Okay, that's what you need. That's what you like. Echo having like 10 HP there. How much HP was he at? He's, almost single digits. Let's see these stacks actually. I want to let's where is Senna? Senna stacks are at 112. Pretty good for her. Cho'Gath, what's Cho'Gath at? Still 11. Still 11 stacks. Interesting. I thought he got a couple kills. I think he's just been using them to chip them down, though. Because, like, almost 20 minutes, 10, 15 minutes ago, it was still at 11. So I think he's just been utilizing the true damage and trying to just poke down champions as fast as possible. Now, Elder is here. We do see TDK with the Baron, so now they have that additional 30 AD and AP for them. Can they win a 5v5? Let's see what happens. This is like their best case scenario right now. Malphite's knows that that bush is warded, and he's going to press the Q on the Wukong. Senna doing some damage. Echo's in a interesting spot. Gonna have to ulti backward just to not get caught out there. Caitlyn, great line. Good line there. Trying to really zone them away. And try and pick some of these off. A lot of damage. You're in a little bit of a dangerous spot there, Echo. Someone's got to protect him. Someone's got to protect this Echo. Nice ulti in the backline. 3-man knockup from the Malphite. Going to be going onto the backline, getting at Caitlyn. Going to be doing as much DPS as possible. Braum is not going to be able to save her. And now they're going to be going back onto that front line there. We're going to see a lot of damage coming down on the Cho'Gath. Is he going to be enough damage to take out the members of Golem Gaming? No. Golem Gaming comes out on top, getting most of those kills, getting that clean ace. And now they're looking for an endgame scenario. Yeah, what do you do as an ADC when a Malphite just comes on and just, like, obliterates you in their back line? Like, you got, I don't know, you just got to, like, peel off and wait for Malphite to ulti, I guess. But, very unfortunate. And Golem Gaming taking game 1 in the best of 3 series. So, let's see what happens in our next stage. We're going to take a quick intermission. I need to grab some water. So we will be right back for game 2. Welcome back, Seal fans. We are going into game two, the best of three series here. So that means if Golem Gaming take this next game, they take the victory and take the winner's prize home with them in our Freljord division. I did grab my water. If anyone is worried, I did grab water. Hydration is key. With that being said, let's go and jump into our picks and bans and see what's changed for this next match here. I want to see a little bit of a different ban pool coming out for TDK, and we might even see some other new bans coming out for Golem Gaming. So, TDK taking blue side this time around. They do have choice selection on every odd number of games, so this will be their time to pick the side. So they did pick blue here. And as first pick, they pick up the Malphite. They did not like that Malphite last game, and they do not ever want to see it played against them. Caitlyn had a great performance last game, but what can you do? Like, as an ADC, like, what can you do when a Malphite just ults on you? And then not to mention that, she also had to stop a Nocturne. Thankfully, it's banned first round rotation and a Hacker Room. By golly, man, like, geez. Like, ADC life is just not happy when you have to deal with that. So TDK, I really like seeing the Malphite being picked up here. I know Mystic as a player plays Malphite pretty well, and so I think he can really perform well on this tank as well. That also, in response to that, is going to bring the Mordekaiser upon them, as Mordekaiser is a tank shredder and really good in 1v1 scenarios. So it's a good counter pick and really good for laning here. Mordekaiser, if he gets too far ahead, can really honestly 1v9 games. So something to watch while this game is going to be played out for us. On top of that, we do have the Seraphine coming in. She's a really great choice. Really like what I see there. I want to see what she can do with her ultis, as she can do a lot of damage in team fights, and actually might even be a solo lane Seraphine, but supports typically where you see her. But sometimes you see the tongue-in-cheek Seraphine in the mid or ADC bot lane sometimes too, actually. In response to this, we see Vayne and Master Yi. Infinite Blades is a Master Yi main. I've seen him play it before where he just dumpsters, mainly because I was on the opposing team where he dumpstered my team by playing Master Yi. So, he's good. He's a hyper farm jungler, which really helps him into the Master Yi gameplay. You know, he just farms up. Once he gets into the late stages of the game, if he had any sort of kills, any sort of leads, he will just use that to dominate into the game here. And Vayne being a late game carry as well, going to be taking out a lot of tanks, as they saw last game around where they were just three tanks just on her face at all times. In response to the final thing for stage one, we see the Nocturne, the Skarner being picked up. Great lockdown, great synergy, as he is just going to be able to stop the Master Yi from doing what he does best, and by pressing the R key. So second round, we do see the Ezreal coming out. He's a great ADC, wasn't being banned out here. There was two ADCs being banned, Senna and Jinx, but we have Divine Sunder Ezreal, which is just a monster to look out for, something to watch. And we will also be on the watch as Alistar and Corki are going to be out, so we're going to have to look out for the Corki packages. Hopefully they can play around what he does best when he gets those Corki packages, looking for those dragons, looking for those Shellys in the early stages to kind of counteract and get some early Drakes in the game here. And Galio, great team fight. Help synergize when Mordekaiser disappears into the realm and says, yeah, you guys are fighting a 4v4. Really great. Just team-wise, just going to be able to do a lot there with that. That being said, though, let's jump into our match and see how everything plays out. All right, we are going into game number 2 of the best of 3 series for our Freljord final. Seeing our matchups now, Malphite into Mordekaiser. Personally, always Mordekaiser favored as he is a top lane bully and a really great tank shredder. So hopefully he can really spread the lead early and do a lot with that. Skarner versus Master Yi. If Master Yi plays around Skarner, make sure he never sees him ever and then hyper farms and then is able to get some sort of lead, especially early on Master Yi. He can dumpster teams, but Skarner can just press the R key and negate everything that Master Yi is. And they're going to be going into Seraphine, forcing the flash there. She does step up a little bit too far and is going to be punished. We are going to see a Seraphine mid against Corki. I was talking about this just a couple seconds ago, as we could see Seraphine in the mid lane. She can produce a lot for her team. It could have been flipped with the Galio or Seraphine, but I'm glad to see that Seraphine's going to be able to get some of that solo experience and really do a lot with that here. Ezreal is going to need a flash, as you see PDK really forcing them down and pushing them out. Ezreal, I'm not sure if he's able to back here, but he is super low into lane, so if he gets caught out at any point, he could be in a lot of danger and could really put his lane really far behind. So hopefully Master Yi can even come down fast enough to reap the rewards of a really low Ezreal. Sorry, just drinking some water. But speaking of Ezreal, speaking of Galio, really good bot lane combo, really great safe pick here. Obviously, right now, due to the little bit of a skirmish in the jungle, in the river there, they are going to have to play super safe. So Galio is having a really hard time stepping up at all to really use those relic shield stacks. Bane and a Alistar, though, perfect combination for being an aggressor, especially if they get those early cheese where your team has to place really far back, because you see a really hard time for Veins to really get going in the first 3 stages there. So being able to be in such a dominant position, in such a dominant lane trio, is really good for her, and it really makes her feel a lot more comfortable in lane. See what they do with this is Mordekaiser is going to be bonking, swamping that Malphite, but Malphite's doing a lot of damage back. Sadly enough, though, is because he's been doing so much damage back to him, Malphite has no mana. So, well, Mordekaiser doesn't require mana. Actually, if the more armor, the more stats that he gets in replacement of the mana pool that he can just heal back or use as a shield for himself. Galio going to be doing a good trade there onto the Alistar. Good damage going out for them. But not much else. Honestly, I don't expect many things to happen in the early stages of this game, just due to the fact of what both teams are trying to accomplish here. Both junglers spike at level 6, really, but more so Skarner than Master Yi. So counter jungling is going to be a hard problem. And then looking for counter ganks, as we see here, is the main thing that they're going to be looking out for. Just looking for that kind of stuff is going to be what's up. And Master Yi wants to double scuttle him, but I don't think Mordekaiser is going to let him. The only lane that I see that might actually get some form, if any, of a lead would be top lane with that Mordekaiser. But Master Yi doing a big chunk of damage onto the Skarner, going to get that first blood. Is he going to be able to defeat the Mordekaiser? I don't believe so. With the percentage HP from Mordekaiser, he should be able to pick up that Master Yi very easily. Mordekaiser flashing to save his life there. Good trade in the bot side, as they're going to be chipping them down as well. Hextech flash coming out from the Alistar is not able to pick anything up for that. It's nice. It's nice when I get to just relax and just watch 2 teams just casually farm. No blood spill, no major things. There was a quick pause, but don't have to worry about that. Thankfully, we're in a bod, so we don't have to worry about internet problems here. So, first dragon, gonna be the mountain. I expect Master Yi to pick that one up. It's hard to say. Actually, I mean, I only say Master Yi just because of how bot lane is with lane prioritization, and the same thing with the mid lane. That's the only reason I'm gonna really favor Master Yi, because I do feel like Skarner does spike a little bit harder than Master Yi, especially after 6, which it looks like they'll be when this dragon fight's going to occur. But you know what? I've been proven wrong many of times before, so we can see what happens with that. Both teams playing really safe. Oh, more internet problems. Yep. It's a good time to be a bod. Don't worry, Master Yi's back though. Now, Skarner is in a good position to possibly even sneak a dragon, but without knowing where Master Yi is, it's still relatively scary. Even though he might be able to do something with this, it's still uneasy not knowing where that enemy jungler is. Looks like he's actually going to be starting this one up. Bot lane has reset, so this is the best time than ever to really take an early dragon, which is quite unfortunate for TDK, because you really want to start getting those early dragons for how your team comp wants to do. Like, what they want to accomplish is what I'm trying to say, you know? Like, you really want to get those early objectives so it's a lot easier for you in the late game. Yes, you can pick them up, but, like, if you get any form of a lead, then it's really easy to really punish them into a bad spot, and you really take control of the game, especially in the first 2 dragons. Next dragon is Cloud. Malphite going to be going in for the ulti, getting a nice hit with that, and Master Yi is going to reap the rewards, but Mordekaiser's just like, no, Malphite, you kill me first. And Skarner is going to be able to respond to this, as they are going to pick off the Corki. 2 kills, 1 for the top laner, 1 for the mid laner. And then we're going to see Ezreal going to be trying to just pinch off this Alistar. Is going to be an interesting spot because of the positioning of Galio onto Vayne. But no kills bot side. Very even. So it's going to come down to CS, and which Vayne is winning in. Now, are they going to be able to grab a taunt? Yes. Seraphine does not have ulti, so I'm glad that she's here, but why? Get some more farm in the mid lane, you know? You could farm, you could go back, you could get some more mana, you could have a good reset, you could have a free reset. And Galio is going to get a nice double taunt off, but is going to be immediately headbutted away. What's great about Alistar support is that it also is a tanky frontliner that provides a little bit of heal in lane. So Alistar is perfect for Vayne in this scenario because Galio is just not producing any heals for this Ezreal. So Ezreal has to play even further behind and even like more safe than ever to really just compensate for that. Galio does produce a little bit more damage than Alistar, but at the same time, it's still rough. So we're going to pick that one off there as Alistar and Vayne take the enemy blue buff. Gold even on both teams. Let's see if there's any lanes that really are any different. Doesn't really appear like that at all, actually. Seraphine getting a little bit of a better lead than Quirky, you know? But besides that, Vayne going out on top on to Ezreal, just mainly due to CS numbers. But that's about it. No major changes with that. Next dragon's going to be up in 2 minutes. So let's see how both teams are going to be preparing for that and seeing what they're going to do with that. Mordekaiser might TP. Usually, oh, Mordekaiser doesn't have TP. Mordekaiser actually opted in for kill with the Ignite. Interesting. So Malphite could TP to the dragon and potentially do something for his team. Because I know most top laners usually save their TPs for dragons. So, especially second dragon, not first dragon. First TP is always to go back into your lane faster and try and get that lead. But second one's usually for an objective. Mystic is being sneaky. He's going in for the ult. He's going to be doing a lot of damage, getting the last couple minions there, and is going to be poking down onto the Mordekaiser, but unable to grab kills there. Flash ulti. Is he going to be able to do much here? Oh, steps up too close to the Mordekaiser and is going to perish. Berserker is going to take that Malphite and send him back home, giving him that fast back and giving him a little bit of a better lead in the top side. Yeah, Berserker as a player, definitely a lane bully champion. Yeah, I know I've seen him on Renekton a lot before in the last couple seasons, and I've casted a couple of his games before, and he's just been if he wins his top lane matchup, he produces so well for his team in the later stages of this game, but he's such a bully and an aggressive top player that it's you can't ignore it. You can't ignore his playstyle, and you have to respect what he's going to do in trades because he knows the numbers so well and he knows how to duel champions so well. Dragon's going to be coming up in just a couple seconds. Yee's here, but he needs his team. Unfortunate reset from the Alistar, and Bane is going to probably let this dragon fall in favor of Golem Gaming. You know, one thing I really appreciate about Golem Gaming here is that in both games, they've had a rock-like being. You know, in the first game, they had the Malphite. Now they have, like, a rock-like Skarner. You know, it's just funny. A little bit of it. It feels like a team mascot. All right, the bot lane's back. This is your time. Corki's got package. No one should fight you. Take that dragon. Maybe even find something with this Corki package. He's going to go over the wall. Bot side Ezreal back. He's going to be going in, but here comes the knock up and taunt from the Galio, and here comes Alistar over the wall. He's going to be seeing if he can grab something more off of this. He does press ulti, so he's taking like negative damage from that turret. Taking so many turret shots, he does finally fall. Turret is warmed up, so you really got to get out of there. Hopefully you have W soon. There it is. And good kills going over for the Dandelion Knights. Getting a 3-for-1 exchange and a lot of turret plates and dragon.
Did you miss it?
Who grabbed Shelly? Did anyone grab Shelly? Is Shelly up? Up for it. She's up in a minute. So first Shelly, where did first Shelly even go? I do not remember. It was taken by someone. I am imagining it went topside because Malphite only has 2 turret plates left. See our gold here. Mordekaiser definitely running in favor topside. That's to be expected with the CS number lead and the kill lead. In the jungle department, he is taking advantage of his gold lead and is really utilizing that. In the mid lane, we see about even in favor of Seraphine, just by a little bit. Bot lane, we are seeing a more of a bigger CS lead and more gold going inside of Vayne's pocket, just due to a kill advantage and CS number. Now, what do we want to see in the next couple stages here? I don't... See, this is the tricky part. There's no Cho'Gath in this game. There's no reason to really take Shelly unless you're going to be cracking open the mid turret or even top turret if you're Golem gaming. I think that's what they might do. Mouth. Like, but you shouldn't, like, put any major resources in there. If, like, Mordekaiser has the time, then you might as well do it. But Seraphine ulti going down is going to miss the Corki. Corki's going to have to W away. See if Galio does some plays here. He is a pretty powerful position. He has a nice power spike here, so he might be able to pull off a good trade. In the bot lane, we do have Skarner positioning around the corner as well. But it doesn't look like anything's going to come of that. And they have... What? Why 3 people? Why... Oh, no, that's 2 people. I thought Corki was there. Goodness. Thank you. Only 2 people. Grabbing up that Shelly, picking that one off. And looks like they're going to try and punish the Mordekaiser for being overextended. Problem with that is Mordekaiser is that exact champion you don't want to 2v1 because he puts one of you into the Shadow Realm. And like this. He does this. Bonk. Now he's taking your stats. Oh, Malphite. Is he going to be able to do something? Oh, flashback. Oh, W up. Oh, double kill. Over to the Mordekaiser. Skarner's going to ulti that one in. Nothing's going to happen. He's going to be CC locked down. Now we get bot lane. There's a fight. And Ezreal not doing a lot of damage onto the Alistar. I would have thought... Honestly, I thought that ulti hit, but it looked like Riot said otherwise. Maybe it did hit, but Alistar was an ulti, so, like, maybe it just did negative damage. Just because it's, you know, Alistar. Fun champ. Does Ezreal have Divine Sunder? He does. He does have Divine Sunder, so that's a big power spike for him. He's going to be doing a lot of damage now. Dragons are going to be up in about 20 seconds. Looks like Mordekaiser is going to be posturing down here. So it looks like Golem Gaming really want to start leading in those dragon fights. Are they going to be able to rotate fast enough from the side of TDK is my question. They're producing a lot of wards, making sure everything's kind of safe around the corner. If anyone walks into this awkward bush with a Galio and a Mordekaiser, could be dangerous. Corki does have package. Oh, wow, and that was 100%, and now it's not. That was about 60% of your HP pool, Vayne. See what happens here. Skarner's around the corner. He's going to be seeing if he can pick off a Vayne, but it's going to be caught out, and then TDK is going to immediately respond. Here comes a Galio. It's going to be ulting down. Here comes a Corki package. It's going to be doing a lot of damage, taking out that Skarner. They are going to be finding that Ezreal around the corner. The Malphite is going to be greeted with the Ezreal. They are going to be producing that one down, and Mordekaiser is going to be picking that one off. Master Yi is in the Shadow Realm, and Bonk Master himself takes that and is going to get a kill onto Master Yi, but is going to shortly fall after that. Seraphine is the only one up after her quick death of Galio. He tried to escape, but Alistar actually flashing on top of it, making sure that is not the case. And then TDK winning the team fight and winning the dragon. So, TDK winning the dragon fight there by taking the dragon and coming out with all of the kills except for one. I think it was a 4-for-3 exchange with the dragon. So you take those, especially a dragon that gives you combat stats. Absolutely, you take those. Right now, Golem Gaming's winning in this CS department, which is going to be resulting into the... little bit of a gold lead that they're doing now, but gold lead's still relatively same. Doesn't really change too much. Vayne going super aggressive onto Ezreal. Wow, that's a lot of damage. Vayne's going to be producing so much. One more auto attack is going to take down Ezreal. Gale Force Vayne. Feels good. You know, now that I think about it, I guess Vayne is a counter to Ezreal in the sense of that she can just tumble where he is. So she does have a really fun and easy lane against Ezreal. Mordekaiser are going to be ulting the Malphite as he's going to slowly fall down. And Malphite had a shutdown, which was interesting to me. Vayne's going to be picking that one off. Alistar's going to be ulting and tanking every single turret shot. And now they're going to be looking to grab the bot lane turret. Seraphine getting a nice ulti down there is going to be seeing what she can do, but Master Yi's around the corner, and I don't think she's going to be able to escape. Master Yi was an alpha, even though Seraphine flashed over the wall. It is not going to be enough to escape the man with the Wuju. Now, going to be a little bit of a lull state. I don't think there's going to be many other fights, despite, like, there's going to be lane fights, but I don't think there's going to be any major team fights for a hot minute. Not until this dragon comes out, that's for sure. Skarner is going to be protecting the mid wave. Seeing what he does from there. Mordekaiser, if there's going to be a saving grace if in team fights, it's going to be Mordekaiser. Vayne actually taking blue buff. I think she tumbles too much. So she's going to just grab up blue and she's going to head top wave. But Mordekaiser could potentially 1v9 this game. I'm just looking at his scoreline now. Looking at his items. Got 2 fully built items. Oh, here comes the Malphite. It's going to be ulting down onto Seraphine. Seraphine is going to fall and get obliterated. As they might even be looking for more here. Oh, that's tasty, Mordekaiser. Oh, yeah, that's free money. That's 300 gold right there, Mordekaiser. You Shadow Realm that. Yeah. Yeah, find it. Yeah, yeah. Bong it. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh, you're in danger. Oh, she didn't stun you. Oh, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Vayne. You can see Mordekaiser, like, licking his fingers. He's like, ah, yes, 300 gold. Precious 300 gold. And Vayne literally dodged almost every single ability except for one. Man, ADCs feel so bad when you're facing into a top laner like that. And Dragon's gonna be up in about 1 minute. Mordekaiser, bigger than ever. He's gonna have to come down. Gonna have to fight something more. He's going to have 2 levels up on his lane opponent, actually. He's level 14 compared to Malphite's level 12. This is true. Just reading the chat feels even worse if you're Mordekaiser. Yeah, that's true. Played Mordekaiser, and I've just bonked people once. I'm like, oh, it fell over. I broke my toy. I broke it. Dragon's going to be up in 23 seconds. If Golem Gaming want to win this T-Dragon fight, they're going to have to do a good, great vision, and they're going to have to lead with the Mordekaiser, and hopefully they can find something from here. Mordekaiser's going to have to ulti the Yi so he doesn't smite it away, but they need to get in this pit. So let's see what they do with that. All right, the dragon's been started. Mordekaiser's coming into the pit. Gets immediately pulverized back. And he's back in the pit again. And ulti from the Mordekaiser. And a smite steal from the Skarner. That's how you get those dragons. And Mordekaiser comes out of the Death Realm with the Master Yi. Now we're going to be going back to the other side of the team fight as we're going to be slowly and surely taking away more and more kills if you are on side of the TDK roster as, oh no, tumble into a double. Seraphine Q is going to be doing so much damage. Seraphine picking 1 off, picking 2 off, and now she might even be looking for 3. Oh man, that feels bad. They were winning that team fight, and then Seraphine pressed the Q button. No, actually, she pressed the E button. And unfortunate where Vayne tumbled into it. So, Smite Steel, Skarner taking the dragon, but losing his life because of it. All is well. And you got some more kills thanks to Seraphine. So it was a 4-for-4 exchange. You take those. It's not the prettiest, but you take them. Especially after, like, how... Whoa. There goes the camera. What? Hit the camera with my water bottle. What was I saying? I don't remember. So, now we gotta wait for the next dragon. And that's going to dictate who gets the soul point. And might even dictate the next stages of this match there. So, if both teams was fairly even, you know, I want to favor in scaling just the Dandelion Knights here. Just because of how well and how many like champions scale so good into the late game here. But the win con on the side of Golem Gaming is their top laner, Berserker, being the menace that he is. He could just kind of carry the team on his back and not have to worry about it. See how he plays it, though. Nobody's perfect, but you know what? This game he might be. Dragon being Baron being started up now, actually. Doing a lot of damage to that. And they knew that someone was bot side, and that was the Quirky. So they got to get into this pit right about now. Quirky TPing in. Going to be going on to the Dragon. And the Smite Steal from the Malphite. Sorry, not Malphite taking the kill. Not the Smite Steal from Malphite, but the Smite goes down. Malphite takes the Baron. And good. Baron is gone, though. You know, you stole the Baron. But you gotta let people live. But you did get the Baron, which is money. Cash money of you. But it was a 5-for-1 exchange. So let's see what Golem Gaming does with this time advantage. They get the inhibitor tower too? Wow. They push fast. They just took 3 turrets. All right, well, they're back in the driver's seat. They're winning in the gold now. Well, not really back in the driver's seat, but they definitely won a good in team fight. They lost the Baron. Imagine if they did have Baron, though. That would have been bone-breaking, back-breaking for the Dandelion Knights. Dragon's up in 55 seconds. Let's see what happens. It's going to be soul point. They do have vision. The Dandelions have vision. They're going to be going in. Alistar going to be taking a lot of damage using his ulti. And he's going to be caught out here. He's going to have to flash back. That is going to be a big W if you are on the Golem Gaming side, just because Alistar now does not have ulti and he does not have flash, so he can't make any of those crazy plays, and he could die and be picked off relatively easily. It's about 50% HP right now, so if there's going to be a fight, you got to take it right now, and this is the only time you can really use that advantage. Mordekaiser is there, level 15, going to be pulverized out with the Alistar, but Alistar taking a lot of damage. Vane's going to be going on to the Mordekaiser. Mordekaiser's going to be putting Vayne into the Shadow Realm. We're going to be looking back. We're going to have to zoom out of here so we can see everyone in the same fight. And Mordekaiser going to be picking up not 1, but 2. And then we see Golem Gaming going in for the ace and getting that dragon there. That one will dictate the next fight there. So you do see the read onto the Mordekaiser. You do see the play, but getting ultied into the Shadow Realm almost immediately. Your main carry is gone out of the fight there, so Golem Gaming utilizing that fact and then getting out on top in that 4v4 exchange is huge. All right, they're just pushing down the bot wave. Mordekaiser's going to be trying to get that inhibitor while they have time. Still has the Vayne buff. Might even be able to walk up in there, but Bane's back up into play. And they're all back in there. We got one, we got 2 turrets, and a 5k gold lead in a matter of like 5 minutes, I would say, for Golem Gaming. They really playing these objectives well. Really playing these team fights expertly well. Really great communication. You can see why they're the favored in this series. See what's the next major objective. Baron, 2 minutes. If the Dandelion Knights can make a play with that, that'd be nice. See the gold graph, actually. Wow. Look at that top lane. That top lane's got a lot of money. That Mordekaiser, 14k, and 2k in his pocket right now. To compare to, like, Malphite's 9k. So almost like a 5k gold difference. Junglers, Yi is ahead in the gold. Mid laners, you see the Corki and the Seraphine are relatively even. Bot lane, excuse me. A little bit more favored towards Vayne, mainly due to CS numbers. And support's a little bit favored towards Alistar. Mainly just due to the success of CS with the Vayne and staying in lane with her. And kill numbers and assists, I suppose. Baron's going to be up in about 42 seconds. I'd really like to see the Dandelion Knights make a play here and pick someone off, but they are in a disadvantaged spot. So if you see Mordekaiser not with his team, you got to fight. Right now, I'm not sure if they know that Mordekaiser's not there, but they should definitely be fighting. Here goes Mystic. He's going to be going in. He's going to be trying to find that Ezreal, but the team is not there to back him up. Mordekaiser is just around the corner. Oh, no, this is from bad to worse. And then the pick off from onto the Malphite is going to let him fall, and then Mordekaiser is going to be in the death realm with the Infinite Blades. He's going to be picking that one off as he takes down the Master Yi. Ezreals are going to be going up, and Galio is going to be coming down. Vayne's going to be grabbing that kill, but she's going to immediately fall down to Mordekaiser. Going to see if they can grab more. Nice. Oh, pulverizing the headbutt from the Alistar as he's going to try and do something more with this, but he's not going to be able to get away. Actually, he might. Mordekaiser going to be fighting over the wall. Skarner going to be coming in. Are they going to be able to get this one off? He goes over the wall. Corki is going to be coming down, but they are so low. This might be end game potentially. Actually, no. I don't think they have the minions to end the game right now. And Malphite's up in like 6 seconds. So maybe you just get this and take Baron. Oh, well, he got minions topside. Maybe. Let me just grab up this tower here and call it a night. Inhibitor. You know what? You take him. Dragon's going to be up in about 52 seconds. It's a rough call because you can still, like, potentially contest the Dragon if you're the side of TDK. Or you can take the Baron and let them have Soul. I don't think you'd let them have Soul, though, is the problem. But do you want a team fight? I don't know. Not after that last one. You saw that after that last one, you really lost that team fight. So maybe you take Baron, look for some team fights, and maybe go after Elder? If I was TDK, you're put in the hot seat, you know? So it looks like they're opting in for the Dragon. See what they do with here. Corki package is out. Taking off that. Ward placements are key. Putting down as much wards as possible. Dragon is going to be pulled. And Golem Gaming is going to pull that one out for them. Going to be just a little bit out. And Hextech Flash from Alistar. Dragon is de-aggroed. Now see what they can do here. Vayne Seraphine ulti going down, landing on 2 people. They are going to take out that Master Yi, and then the Malphite is going to fall shortly after. The Vayne actually being able to kill the Mordekaiser. This might be able to change the fight, but I'm not sure how well. She's going to be going on to Seraphine. 1-2, shut down onto the Vayne for Seraphine there. And then Vayne needs to get in this fight, gets a triple kill. Is that going to be a quadra kill? She's very close. She just got to do one more tumble. There is that. And does she get the penta? Is this the penta? Oh, wow. It's going to be the penta for the Vayne. Wow. TDK getting that penta there is going to be huge. But their base is in absolute shambles, as Corki has to back and stop that, so Vayne and Alistar will take the dragon, but big win there, mainly due to the fact of Vayne killing the Mordekaiser, which is most of their gold and most of their damage. So that's one way to win a team fight, and that's one way to get back into this match. Can someone clip that? Can someone clip the Vayne getting a penta? I'm gonna remember that like 35 minutes in the match. I'm gonna have to, if no one clips it, I'm going to go find it. Good on her. Baron is up. Vayne is strong. Let's see if they can use that lead to potentially get a Baron. Now, here's the issue. Their base was in shambles, and they lost both Nexus turrets. So, there's a potential for an Expeke. You know, you just can walk around them all. If you can get around them and get into their base, you might be able to win the game. Which is quite funny to me. And if you lose one team fight, you might just lose the game as well. So, TDK have to play this out really, really well. And Mordekaiser is going to be ulting the Malphite into the Death Realm, is going to be smonking him down. Malphite's going to be ulting back, is going to try and save his life, but it's not going to be enough as he's going to be out of the Death Realm. And now Mordekaiser has the tank stats, but the Vayne and everything blows him away. Yssariel's the only one alive, and now it's Ezreal and Seraphine. Are they going to be able to stop him? They are down. The Ezreal and the Seraphine are alive. They can go to the base and they can end. What a performance. The surrender votes come out. Oh, well, actually, the minions just defeat the base themselves. The Winions take the victory. Golem Gaming coming in, getting the 2-0 victory, and taking the Freljord finals. Congratulations, Golem Gaming. Great performance, great team play. Really happy to cast this game for you. With that being said, folks, this is going to be the one cast of the day here. And I am going to be signing off. Thank you so much, Seal community, for coming out and talking around here. So thank you again. And I am going to see you guys next time. We are going to do the Demacian finals tomorrow. So if you're around here for 3:30 is typically where I like to have it started up. So if you're around for that, happy to see you there.